Have you ever decided to do something really big? Like learn how to play guitar? Or, make friends with the new kid down the street? Maybe you even want to bake a master chef-worthy cake for your mom's birthday. You're super excited to get started, but then you sit down with the guitar and... oh, no. Or you spend all morning working up the nerve to go knock on the new kid's door, and it turns out he's gone for a week of summer camp. Then you find the recipe for that amazing cake, and it's crazy. Doing big things takes work. It takes making a plan and then sticking with it. There are calluses along the way, patience and courage in building a friendship, and definitely some mess. But when you follow through, you find the music, you grow a friendship, you create amazing edible art. And through it all, others can see how God has given you the strength to stick with it. That's why commitment is an amazing way to worship God with your life, because worship is about more than just singing loud. It's all about living loud.
Plans for me are good. You hold my future. You're working all the time. You're the mountain mover. From sunrise to sunset, till the sun comes back up again. You're by my side. You started a good work in me. I know that you will complete it. You will see it through. And everything that you say you'll do, 'cause I believe that you are faithful, oh, you are faithful, oh, you are faithful. I'll trust your every word, 'cause I believe that you're working for my good. Yes, you're committed. From sunrise to sunset, till the sun comes back up again, you're by my side. You started a good work in me. I know that you will complete it. You will see it through, yeah. I know that you're still working on me. And everything that you say you'll do, 'cause I believe that you are faithful, oh, you are faithful, oh, you are faithful. You are my hope, you are my future. You are the mountain mover. You are faithful. You are my hope, you are my future. You are the mountain mover. You are faithful. You started a good work in me. I know that you will complete it. You will see it through, yeah. I know that you're still working on me. And everything that you say you'll do, 'cause I believe that you are faithful, oh, you are faithful, you are faithful, oh, you are faithful, oh, you are faithful, oh, you are faithful.
Hey guys, my name's Katie and, well, I've been training to run a 5K. As you can see, I've been running all day, so I'm a little glowy, as my grandmother would say. If you've ever done a 5K, you know it takes more than just popping up off the couch and putting your running shoes on.
It takes commitment. Commitment is making a plan and putting it into practice. And my plan is not just running around a lot. No, I'm going to train in what I call the 3 S's. Speed, strength, and smarts. So there's running, yes, but I'm also working on my strength and my Running takes a lot out of you. I just gotta take a second. I'm so tired. Your body's gonna get really tired, but I'm gonna train my brain to keep going no matter what. Like right now, my body's telling me not to eat this kale because it looks gross. But my brain is telling me that kale is good for my body and for giving it energy. So I'm gonna do it. Okay. Come on, brain. Come on. No, I can't. And maybe I can find some other ways to train my brain. In today's story, the Apostle Paul wrote about training for another kind of race. No, kale involved. What? No.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 9, verses 24 through 25.
Did you know that some of the writers of the Bible talk sports? Well, not every sport, but one that you are familiar with. Yep, running. Well, running's been around ever since God created people. In fact, Paul uses running as one of the examples in a letter he writes to the church in Corinth.
In a race, all the runners run, but only one gets the prize. You know that, don't you? So run in a way that will get you the prize.
Now, Paul is talking about more than running here. But first, you have to understand what it takes to run a long race. Let's say you want to run a marathon. That's 26.2 miles, 42 kilometers. There's no way you can hop off the sofa where you've been playing video games for months and run that far. So you need a plan. When I was preparing for my first marathon, I found this plan. I started training more than 4 months before the race, and I started with just a few miles at a time. Once you have a plan, you gotta move. That means short runs, long runs, and cross training to work other muscles. Next up, you've got to fuel. You need plenty of water, of course. Then you need healthy carbs like a banana for your long runs. And maybe some spaghetti and meatballs. What is the last part of training? Get ready for it. It's rest. If you don't rest and let your body recover, you will get burnt out or injured. The last few days before your marathon, you don't even run at all. Whew. Running a long race is no joke. But what Paul says, what you and I, what we are doing right now, is more important.
All who take part in the games train hard. They do it to get a crown that will not last. But we do it to get a crown that will last forever. So I do not run like someone who doesn't run toward the finish line. I do not fight like a boxer who hits nothing but air.
Paul packs a lot of weight into a few sentences. Whether we planned it or not, we are all running a race right now. So that's a little crazy. Clearly, I'm standing here talking to you, and you aren't outside running laps either. Paul is talking about a way of life, a journey. We are all focused on the finish line, life forever with Jesus. In the meantime, every step along the way, we focus on what matters most. Jesus reminded his followers,
Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Love him with all your mind. Love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Yep, love God and love people. That's what matters most on this journey. Just like you can't skip to running one lap around your school gym to running a marathon, you are going to need some practice.
Your Love God, Love Others marathon needs a training plan.
Now, none of us have it all figured out, but here are 4 important things to start with. In fact, you might already be doing some of them. First point here. God is the master teller of this story. He is the author of the entire race. So the most important thing is to learn how to hear from God. That means digging into God's word and hearing the stories and the wisdom from the people who walked with him. You can also hear from God from people in your life who know and follow God. Now here is the second step to our Love God, Love Others marathon. Pray. When you hear pray, you might think,
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
The truth is, you don't need fancy words to talk to God. No, you can talk to God anywhere, at any time, about anything. It's just like when you talk to your mom or your best friend. Now, let's look at point 3 in our training plan. Talk. Hello out there! Tell others, what's God been up to in your life? How are you changing? How are you learning to love others better? And here's the final point in your Love God and Love Others training plan. Live. Live for God. Let his love fill up every part of your life, whether you're at home or school or church.
So run in a way that will get you the prize. We do it to get a crown that will last forever.
Hear, pray, talk, live. That's how you practice loving God and loving others. And when you do, you will live out